What's up? This is Ray. Welcome back. Hey, check this out. Today we're going to do something a little different. We're going to be checking out a piece of video tech. What we're going to be looking at is this Vankyo Matrix box, and it is an Android TV box. And I've heard about these for years now, but I've never tried one. And if you're wondering what an Android TV box is, just think about your phone. Think about all the different apps you can download, all the stuff you could do on it. It's unlimited. Everyone's phone is different because of that. This Android box connects to the Google Play Store, among a lot of other stuff you could download. You can watch movies, play games. It's kind of unlimited. So if you're curious about an affordable Android box, this is from the company called Vankyo, and I've actually reviewed a couple of their projectors before too. So yeah, if you're curious about one of these, stick around. I'm going to show you. I can't show you everything because it's just so much, but I'll show you the basics, the interface, and really how to use it to the best of its ability, as well as its specs. Yeah, so if you're curious, stick around. I'm going to be checking out the Vankyo Matrix box right now. Okay, so this is the Matrix box right here. It's small, it's light. So let's look at the ports. It has a micro USB port, same kind that would plug into your cell phone. It has two USB ports. Next, there's an audio video output where you can run it directly to your TV. That's the old school type. But it also, of course, it has an HDMI port, and that is what you really want to use to get the high definition. There's an Ethernet port here, but of course you can connect it to Wi-Fi. So I recommend as soon as you plug this in, the first thing you do is either plug in your Ethernet port or connect it to your Wi-Fi. That way you can do all the other things you need to do. Connectivity is pretty much everything with these boxes. All right, so here's the deal. Android boxes, after a while, they all start looking the same. It's a black box that sits next to your TV. So what differentiates it, what we need to know is what are the specs of the boxes, because depending on what applications you're going to be running on it, you want to know what the specs are so they can do what you need to do. What's cool and modern about this particular box is it's 4K capable. Not only that, it can play 3D videos through it. And the Android version it's running on is Android 7.1. But the part, if you're going to be playing games, this is the part you really want to look at, is the amount of RAM it has. 2 gigabytes of RAM and 16 gigabytes of ROM. It supports USB flash. You can plug a USB directly into it and play videos or whatever directly from there. It also has a memory card slot. And most importantly, the interface that most people use to play music and videos and all kinds of media is called the KD player. Some people call it the Kodi player. And I'll show you a little bit about that interface. But there's so much to know and talk about these Android boxes that I can't cover it all. So most importantly, if I'm going to put a link to the Amazon store where you can get it. If you click on that link, it'll show you all the pertinent specs if I missed any. And also leave some questions below, but those are pretty much the specs. Okay, so when I review items, I always like to talk about what you could do to make it better and more user-friendly. Now, when you're navigating through the menu, of course you're going to use the remote control, but what I found is the remote control is not fast, especially if you have to type. You're on YouTube and you want to type out the name of a video. It can take a long time. So to get the most out of this, I really recommend using some sort of keyboard and mouse with it. You can plug in a USB keyboard or mouse, but I recommend using a wireless one, just for the more freedom of it. I'll probably put a link up here where you can get one that's affordable and compatible. But within 5 minutes of using it, that's when I realized, man, you really need a better way to interface than with just the remote. And that's the main theme I'm finding with the Android boxes. You really, when you get it, it's not just plug and play. You really have to take the time. Like when you get your phone, sometimes it takes you days to set it up exactly how you want. And the Android box is pretty similar. You really want to give yourself a certain amount of time to find the apps you want and set it up just for you. And everyone is going to do it differently, I'm pretty sure. There's one thing I really want to point out, and that is the gaming performance. I downloaded the latest version of Angry Birds, and this is a game that has a lot of explosions. It's very graphic intensive because there's so many projectiles moving across the screen at once, and the processor needs to be able to process all of them without slowing down, and that's something that's not easy to do. And what I notice is it plays exactly like a dedicated gaming console. There's no slowdown. It's very smooth. I was very impressed and didn't expect that, and it makes me really wonder how this would play on a really high level graphics intensive game with, for example, a dedicated gaming controller. But yes, as far as general Google Play Store games, it's more than capable of running them, and that probably has something to do with the processor that's also able to process 4K video. All right, so that is my review of the Vankyo Matrix box, and Vankyo is doing a lot, man. If you look at their Amazon store and stuff, they have a lot going on for audio and video, and I have to give them credit for that, because that's a very cramped space. They got a lot of competition that they have to keep up with, and they're doing a good job, not just with this, but with their projectors also. So yeah, I'm guarantee I left some information out, because I'm not so much of a tech guy with these type of things. So yeah, leave a question in the description if you have any questions, and also remember, check out the Amazon link to this, because all the full details and the specs will be there. So hey, thank you for watching, and keep in mind, as I always say, no matter what you use to watch your video or your audio or your media, until next time, as always, keep it real.